Okay.
Okay.
Ariel, how tastes my big pee-pee?
All right, well, that's a great start to this interview, Josh. You've just answered like a litany of questions, so let me ask you, what's the one question you haven't answered yet? You know we like to keep it original here.
Who is my entrance music?
Who was your entrance music?
Bolt Thrower. The name of the song is No Guts, No Glory, and it was off the album Mercenary. Carl, Joe, thank you very much out there in England. Really appreciate the support, and as such, got you on my trunks. Had to let the world know, British death metal has not gone anywhere, and you don't get much harder than that. It's like Bolt Thrower is the equivalent of being surrounded by an army of guitars and then having your skull crushed to pieces.
All right, well, very nice. And speaking of skulls getting crashed to pieces, it was like 2001 all over again, except the roles were reversed here. Were you, I guess, ultimately happy with your performance tonight?
Always more I could have done. I know I'm going to watch that fight and be like, why didn't I do this? Why did I do that? This, whatever, and I really wanted to take him down. That was the goal, was to put him on his back. But I believe in being able to fight at all levels, all areas. You have to be able to fight in all areas, and that just goes beyond. I hear a lot of guys, I'll fight on the feet, I'll fight wherever. BS. There's not a lot of guys that can really fight comfortably at all levels. But I had great training with Matt Hume, Eric Paulson, Bill Robinson before, Oscar Muniz and Marvin Cook helping me out in my boxing work, and a long time ago, Willie Ray Briscoe, Coach Bumblebee. So I've trained very long and hard, Harushi Manishi for Thai boxing, Makoto Oe. I've gone to who is necessary to make sure that I have the skills to pay the bills.
It's an interesting thing because it's not often you get to face an opponent, 7 years later.
No.
Is it the same fighter, though? Was Pedro the same fighter that you met way back when?
No, he's a little different. And, he was very tight tonight, very tight. Different from his fights in Pride. He wasn't giving me very many openings, and he had what he wanted to do set. He knew exactly how he was going to work his strategy, looking for his chance to hit me and knock me out with a big punch, but he really wasn't going to push it. He was going to see when it came. He was going to be patient, and he was not going to give the opening. He was going to. And after a couple jabs and some unreturned blows from me, he started, okay, I'm going to hit when he hits. Okay, I'm going to hit when he hits. And he started trying to time his jab, trying to hit stiff, hit heavy, and try to stop me hard to come with something big. But and I kept him off balance and was able to capitalize when my chance came.
I don't know if you noticed this, but I have a feeling you did. Prior to your bout, kind of a lackluster show. You come in there, guns blazing, second round, you knock him out. Everyone wakes up.
Yeah.
You predicted it when I spoke to you on Wednesday that you are Mr. Entertainment. You're going to come to please the fans. Ultimately, you have to be happy with that.
That's the first round. I mean, I couldn't help it. I mean, it was just the way the fight was going. He is such a. Some of these people out here might not know him, but he is a legend, man. I've known all about Pedro from a long time ago. We've been fighting. Pedro must have been fighting for around 14, 15 years. I've been fighting for 13. So we've had a lot of. Great on camera. Yum. Tasty. We've had a lot of overlap, right? So the kind of guys like us with all those fights, all that experience, sometimes it takes a little longer before we can open that guy up. Maybe more akin to a boxing match. But I know that guys like Babalu and Savant, they weren't trying to fight to not entertain the crowds, but you can't always get the best fight. And, they're doing their best out there, and I know that we'll step it up next time. And hey, everything on paper can look the greatest in the world. It's got to be the results. And so Megadeth got me pumped up backstage. I went out to Bolt Thrower. I was ready to cut someone's head off, toss it into the crowd along with my rock star hat, and had to bring them up. I can't have no Day of the Dead out there. We got to get those people alive.
Now, obviously, all the talk afterwards, this event is, Fedor and Randy. But are you kind of standing in the corner saying, like, hey, what about me? I want my shot.
People know what's up. I'll get a good fight. I know that. But I've proven who I am, where I stand in amongst this, and ain't nobody gonna mess with me. I know that. So whoever fights. I can fight any of them.
We know you have the wrestling coming up, but in terms of MMA, when do you expect to fight again?
Oh, tomorrow.
Against who?
You.
Can you give me the line one more time? Please.
I'll taste your big pee-pee.
You liked it, huh? It was a great one.
I changed it up there, you see. Keep it fresh. Shayna Baszler's fighting July 26th on Showtime against Chris Cyborg. She's going to do incredibly awesome. And she's going to add a metallic skull to the pile now.
All right, well, he is the babyface assassin. Victorious tonight for Affliction. Great job and continued success.
Thank you very much. Get this thing.